Hello. Well, I guess it's Sunday again, because I'm here and you're here. It's five-string banjo today. Now, there's lots of jokes about banjos, also about bagpipes, violas, accordions, drums, bass. I don't know quite why they're made. Maybe because it's so painful learning an instrument, and people who don't play it are driven crazy by someone else learning it. I don't understand why there are no jokes about fiddles, because when I was learning the fiddle, the story is in my memoir. But the jokes are about how stupid the players are, you know. Um, However, the banjo is a divine instrument. Man plays it, but only God knows why. Last week I promised you two confessions, but meanwhile, here's our first song. It's a zipper song. You put new words in when you fancy, or new verses. It's called And We Hunted. And we hunted, and we hunted, and we hunted, and we found a frog in the road, and it we left behind, looky there. Some said it was a frog, but others said nay. Some said it was a canary with the feathers washed away, looky there. And we hunted, and we hunted, and we hunted, and we found a ball in the road, and it we left behind, looky there. Some said it was a ball, but others said nay. Some said it was a turtle with the legs tucked away, looky there. I like this one. And we hunted, and we hunted, and we hunted, and we found a hedgehog in the road, and it we left behind, looky there. Some said it was a hedgehog, others said nay. Some said it was a pincushion with the pin stuck in the wrong way, looky there. You see why it's a zipper song. You can zip anything in. You can even zip new verses in. And this is one I made for those who are stuck in very small, confined places, possibly with a lot of kids. We didn't have to hunt, 'cause everybody knew that Jane is in the bedroom and Dave is in the loo, looky there. Mom is watching telly and Dad is making bread. Another day of lockdown and it's time to go to bed, looky there. And this is a silly one. I rather like it. And we hunted, and we hunted, and we hunted, and we found the future in the sky, the water and the ground, looky there. The past said it was better, the present flew away, then yesterday assured us that tomorrow was today, looky there. Okay, banjo joke. Why does it take a banjo player 3 weeks to fill up a salt shaker? Well, it's hard to put those tiny little grains through those tiny little holes. Oh yes, that confession. I keep saying that I'm 85. Well, actually, I'm not. This is a Fairbanks banjo, and it was made around 1904, serial number 23134. I'm sharing that with you because if I don't, I shall have a lot of emails from mad banjo players wanting to know the serial number. I only know about 6 songs that deal with happy love. Americans are fond of complaint songs. We have a lot of them. So this one's a love complaint called Little Birdie. We'll get the misery over early. Here's the tuning. The tunings are also on the texts in the back. As we get to the end of this, you'll see a little window come up that tells you how to get the texts and the tunings. I'm not in very good voice today, but I'm afraid you have to put up for it because it's Sunday, and that's what happens on Sunday. I have an arthritic joint in this finger here, and it really makes banjo playing hard. I'm not as good a banjo player as I used to be, but I love the banjo, so I must be dim or stupid. Little birdie, come sing to me your song. Got a short time for to stay here, long time to be gone. Little birdie, what makes your wings so blue? Well, it's nothing but that old grieving over you. Little birdie, what makes you fly so high? Well, I know that my little lover is waiting in the sky. Well, I'd rather be a little birdie sailing over the deep blue sea than for to be a married girl with a baby on my knee. Oh, a married girl sees trouble, single girl sees none. You've caused me so much sorrow, caused me to do wrong. Little birdie, come sing to me your song. Oh, sing it now while I'm with you. I can't hear you when I'm gone. That's Little Birdie. It's great fun playing it like that, you know. It's kind of like eternal motion. Now, if you drop a banjo and a set of bagpipes and an accordion at exactly the same time from a 10-story building, which will hit the ground first? Who cares? This banjo was made for me in 1955 by Vega. It's a long neck banjo, as you can see. I got to not try and hit the chandelier with it. It's got a tubaphone head, which gives it a much more mellow tone than the White Lady. Here's the tuning. Now this leads me to my second confession. 40 years ago, I made up a tune. Well, most of us who make up things, we probably plagiarize an awful lot of it. And I know I plagiarized bits of the first part. It's a 3-part tune. It's very convoluted. I learned it, and the first time I played it, I broke down in public. The second time I played it, I broke down. And the third time, and I finally gave up. And for 40 years, I never played it except at home. When I was 80, I decided, well, you know, it's time I played this tune. And I convinced my sons, Neil and Callum, who do concerts with me, to play guitar with it. So they learned it, and they were terrified by it too, and they kept breaking down. But we hid behind each other until we got used to playing it. And this is the first time I've ever played it by myself. It's slow, and a slow tune is harder to play because when you make a mistake, it's a long time till the next note. If you play fast and you make a mistake, you can get quick to the next note. These are just, that's just for your information. So this is called cherry picking. Okay, here it is. Well, I'm sure you can spot the wrong notes in that one. It's hard when you make a mistake to keep going. I always wonder about concert pianists, how the heck they do it. Next banjo. This is a Scottish one made by Ewan Catanach in Scotland. He made it for Fiona Ritchie, the radio folk song buff. And I liked it so much, she gave it to me. She let me have it, and Ewan made another one for her. It practically plays itself. It's nylon strings. And here's your tuning. The song's called Leatherwing Bat. It's an anthropomorphic song where animals speak. There's a lot of these in American folk song. I like them. I think animals are some of the smartest creatures on earth. And of course, we know that a tree manages its life better than most people do. So the animals are not dumb. They're wise and observant. Now, we'd welcome your comments on these little sessions, by the way. There's a box at the end to make it easier for you. I've put the texts online so you can play this and sing along with me. I've also put a few pages of banjo jokes into that folder. Why do people make banjo jokes? Well, it is easy. So, Leatherwing Bat. I said the leatherwing bat, I'll tell you the reason that I fly by night. I've lost my heart's delight. Howdy dowdy diddle on my day, howdy dowdy diddle on my day, howdy dowdy diddle on my day, hey lee and lily-o. I said the robin as she flew, when I was a young girl I had two. If one got saucy and wanted to go, I'd have a new string to my bow. Howdy dowdy diddle on my day, howdy dowdy diddle on my day, howdy dowdy diddle on my day, hey lee and lally-o. I said the morning dove, I'll tell you how to regain your love. Court her night, court her day, never give her time to say nay. Howdy dowdy diddle on my day, howdy dowdy diddle on my day, howdy dowdy diddle on my day, hey lee lee and lily-o. I said the owl, her head so white, a long day, a lonesome night. Thought I heard a pretty girl say she'd court all night and sleep all day. Howdy dowdy diddle on my day, howdy dowdy diddle on my day, howdy dowdy diddle on my day, hey lee lee and lally-o. I said the woodpecker pecking on a pine, I told that pretty girl she was mine. She spread her wings, away went she, and ever since then I'm a pecking on a tree. Howdy dowdy diddle hey-lee-lee, and lally-o. I said the old grey goose, when I had a one, I turned him loose. He flew back when times were hard to kick me around my own backyard. Howdy-dowdy-diddle-um-a-day, 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 hey-lee, and lally-o. I said the rooster shaking his comb, my little hen won't stay home. My little hen just won't lay, so I clap my wings and crow for day. Howdy-dowdy-diddle-um-a-day, 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 hey-lee-lee, and a lally-o. That's the leather wingbat, and that's the last song. By the way, I'm not 85, I'm 84. Every birthday comes around, I always say I'm a year older than I actually am because it makes the next birthday less of a shock. It is a bit difficult though on the day before my birthday because I know I'm virtually 84, and the minute my 85th birthday hits, I immediately say I'm 86. So a whole year disappears, kind of like flying away to New Zealand or Australia. So stay safe. Be kind to others. Be kind to yourself. Don't try to cut your own hair. See you next week. Next week it'll be light, funny, sometimes zany songs. There'll be a few political songs next week. And there's always one for your inner and your outer child. So till next week, be careful.